Hi everyone. After a relaxing holiday in Seattle, I'm heading back to start work in Taipei. But I have a different travel partner with me today. It's my dad. We're taking a Delta One flight from Seattle to Taipei. Maureen would be with me, but she's staying with our dog Peanut until Peanut can safely enter Taiwan. Okay, we're about to leave for Taipei.
We would like to invite all remaining passengers.
We're taking an Airbus A330-900neo with a 1-2-1 configuration in Delta One. Each suite has a lie-flat seat, which will be nice to catch up on sleep, and doors that close fully for added privacy. This seat will be my home for the next 13 hours. I chose this seat specifically because it's a window seat, but it also has the armrest on the aisle side, which means you get a little more privacy, which was really nice on this flight. Let me give you a quick tour of my seat. My suite has special lighting that I can control with this panel here. This is also where I can adjust my seat to make myself more comfortable. In addition to the main control panel here, I have this other, as you can see, slightly dirty panel that lets me change my seat to a different mode quickly. Over here I have a power outlet and a couple of USB ports for charging devices. And then there are some additional amenities in the seat too. I have these noise cancelling headphones, a bottle of water, and these Delta branded slippers. I love getting these slippers, but they're always a little bit too small for my feet. The in-flight entertainment has hundreds of movies and TV series to choose from, way more than you could ever watch on a flight, obviously. I ended up picking one of my favorites, which is Below Deck, which they have like 20 episodes of. We're on an afternoon flight today, so I ended up getting the orange juice, but my wife and my dad always get the champagne. They'll have to tell you how it was. While we wait for the plane to take off, let's check out the new Delta One amenity kit. This one is from an Italian brand called Missoni. Let's check out what we've got inside. First, an eye mask. Then some socks, also sadly a little small for my feet. A bamboo toothbrush, toothpaste for the toothbrush. A Delta pen, this is good because I always forget to bring one to fill out the customs forms. Some earplugs. And last, there's some body care products. This one is hand cream and a lip balm. And now we're almost ready for takeoff. On this flight, we'll travel more than 6,000 miles for about 13 hours. From Seattle, we'll first fly up over Alaska, then over to Russia, past Japan and South Korea, and then finally we'll land at Taoyuan Airport in Taiwan.
No matter how far your travels may take you, we'll always be here to welcome you home.
Adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's going tight.
This view of the Pacific Northwest never gets old. It reminds me of why I love living in Seattle. I love to ski and hike, so this is the absolute perfect landscape for me to be in. Thankfully, Taiwan is quite similar, with lots of mountains, water, and forests to explore. And now it's time for the dinner service. This particular flight gives you an option of a Western meal or a Chinese meal. I had actually pre-ordered ahead of time and gone with meatballs, which obviously is one of the Western options. And here they are. There are the meatballs over there. There's some cauliflower soup and some poached shrimp. This was actually one of the best meals I've ever had on a plane. It was really great. Whoops. I got distracted by Below Deck and I totally forgot to get a shot of my ice cream sundae. But here's what it looked like after I was finished. Now that dinner's over, they have transformed the plane into night mode so everybody can get some rest. I decided to check out the bathroom. It's a little bit small, but it's pretty nice and it's clean, so no complaints here. Then I went back to my seat and made up my bed. The seat looked surprisingly narrow when it was upright, but once it's made into a bed, it's actually quite spacious. I didn't sleep too long, just about 3.5 hours, and now it's time for breakfast. This is an interesting combination of wonton soup and a French croissant, so a bit of an Eastern and Western mix. The wonton soup was a real highlight for me. It was absolutely incredible. If I take another Delta One flight, I'm absolutely getting it again. And as you can see, we're about to land in Taipei. So a couple of meals, 7 hours of below deck, and a brief nap later, we're almost here. In comparison, I would say that this was the better of the two flights we took. I really liked the EVA Airways flight, no complaints there, and I love the fact we got pajamas, but this flight was hands down better. I would absolutely take Delta One to Taiwan again. The real differentiator was the seat. I was surprised how much having a closing door made a difference, but it absolutely did. That, and I felt I had a little more space in the seat. I remember feeling a little bit confined in the EVA Airways flight that I took over the first time. I didn't get that feeling at all on this flight. I could flip from side to side without bumping my legs on the top of the footwell, and I just felt like I had a little more shoulder room. Thank you so much for following along on our adventures. If you're interested in seeing more, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.